Usa City, Oita Prefecture. Horen Shonin was the first administrator of Usa Jingu Shrine's Buddhist temple, Mirokuji. He built Kokuzoji Temple, of which inner shrine, Takasu Kannon, lies in the grotto. It is said Horen followed ascetic practices in the surrounding mountains of Kasho, Myoken, and Omoto, after which he went to the Kunisaki Peninsula. Every year, on the 4th of January, a Buddhist service called Takasu Kannon Onie is held here. It is said that Horen started this service to guard the Usa region against plagues and famine. After reciting a sutra, the local youths entered the freezing Yakangawa River wearing loincloths and holding torches about 2 meters long. Upon reaching the opposite shore, they worship at the Kannon-do temple and pray for good health and rich harvests. Later, they light a 10-meter-tall bonfire. They then split up and chase away 2 large Oni demons and ward off evil by banging sticks against their torches. Ceremonies called Onie have been observed by temples in Rokugo-manzan in Kunisaki Peninsula since at least the early Middle Ages. It is said Kunisaki is where the great Bodhisattva Hachiman, in the form of Ninmon Bodhisattva, visited various crags and followed ascetic practices with Horen and the other monks of Usa. Kunisaki means land's end. Of old, it was the border region of the realm of the Yamato, and it was believed to be a terrible place where Oni demons would enter from another world. Horen and the other monks of Usa desired to achieve enlightenment by gaining the power of these Oni demons. Of old, Kunisaki was believed to be a terrible place where Oni demons dwelt. Here, Ninmon Bodhisattva and monks like Horen dug out caves and built small temples for ascetic practices. Because these were built into the mountains of the 6 ancient districts of Kunisaki Peninsula, they were named Rokugo-manzan, meaning temples in 6 districts. In the late Heian period, they broke away from Usa Hachiman-guru Shrine and became subsidiaries of Enryakuji Temple of the Tendai sect. Onie ceremonies, in which monks play the roles of Oni demons, are observed in this region. The Onie ceremonies of Tennenji Temple in Bungo Takada City and the Iwatoji and Jobuzuji temples in Kunisaki City are designated as national important intangible folk cultural properties and are observed to this day. It is said the Shujo Onie began as a fusion of Shujoe, a New Year's Buddhist memorial service observed in the capital's temple during the Heian period, and Tsuina, a palace event to chase off evil spirits. In previous times, the Shujo Onie were held in various temples, but now there are fewer temples, and it has become difficult due to a lack of funds and personnel. However, the Iwatoji and Jobutsuji temples continue this tradition by taking turns holding the ceremony. The Shujo Onie of Iwatoji Temple in the northeast of Kunisaki Peninsula is held every other year on the 7th day of the Lunar New Year. Before these ceremonies, the giant torch Odai is prepared. It is an essential part of Onie ceremonies. Its length ranges from 3 to 4 meters. The local people also prepare perfumed kozuibo sticks by shaving off their bark and carving petals into them. The Shujo Onie are observed according to a program called Sajo. In the Sajo, monks recite a sutra, seated and later standing up. First, the monks recite a sutra seated in the temple hall. In the evening, after the Taireishi, the carriers of the Odai torch have cleansed their bodies. They exchange cups of sake with the chief priest to form a bond. They then pray for the success of the Onie and finally light the Odai torch. The Taireishi carry the torch up to the Rokusho Gongen Shrine and the Yakushido Temple and light the fires there in worship. Now, the monks recite a sutra standing up in the hall. Monks pair up and perform a dance that is unusual in ordinary Buddhist services. First, 2 monks hold a tray of kozuibo sticks, rice, straw, and rice cakes, and stamp their feet in a maike dance. This dance is a prayer for good harvests. This dance is kaibyaku, a prayer for the safety of the torch's fire. Then they perform the kozui, where they pour an offering of water on the holy Buddha. Now they perform the shihogatame. The chief priest and an elder monk hold a sword in their right hand and a Kongo bell in their left, and cleanse the north, south, east, and west of the hall to prevent evil spirits from entering. In the Shujo Onie, 2 types of Oni demons appear, the Suzu Oni and Ara Oni. The Suzu Oni appear first. Dressed as male and female, they dance with a Suzu bell in the right hand and a staff in the left. Their masks are said to represent the compassion of Buddha. Meanwhile, at the cavern sanctuary, monks are dressing up as Oni demons. The Iwatoji Temple was so named because the head of the Mongolian demon general was buried in the cavern temple behind it. Oni demons with terrible power entered this world from another, and since became the central figures of Shujo Onie. Two monks are bound with straw rope to represent Oni demons. This is the moment monk becomes Oni demon. Their bodies are bound with rope in 12 places. After the Suzu Oni leave, the two Ara Oni are carried on the backs of Kaishaku, their supporting figures, from the cavern temple to the temple hall. Iwatoji Temple has two Oni demons, Saibarai Oni and Shizume Oni. Jobusuji Temple has three, Saibarai Oni, Ara Oni, and Shizume Oni. Iwatoji Temple also had three Oni demons originally, but according to folklore, a monk playing an Ara Oni became frenzied and jumped over warding stones to his death. His mask flew to Gongensaki in the Kunimi region, and ever since, the temple has been without an Ara Oni. The Oni demon with one horn atop its head is the Saibarai Oni. The one with no horn is the Shizume Oni. It is said that Oni demons themselves are worshipped at temples, where the Onie ceremony is held. The Oni demons tap worshippers' shoulders with their torches as a prayer for their health. They then leave the temple and visit local homes and receive their hospitality. This represents the power of the Oni demons being turned into a blessing for the people. After the Oni demons have made their rounds, they return to the temple hall. The Onie ceremony ends when rice cakes are put in the Oni demons' mouths to calm them. The Shujo Onie of Iwatoji Temple became a local event by allowing local people, not only temple monks, to take part in its ceremony. This shows the strong connection between the Rokugo Manzan temples and their surroundings.